Hello everyone and welcome back to SGTV. Today we are back with Fred here in Melton Mowbray. If you haven't seen the first video where myself and Neil McManus were talking to Fred from East Goscote Electrical, please check the link out in the description where we did a bit of a tour on some of the work that Fred and his team have been doing here on this converted Georgian school, is that right?
Old Victorian school.
It's old, we know it's old, that's all. But Fred, you've welcomed us back here, so we're going to be taking a look around a bit more finished than what it was last time when we was here. So if you could just sort of give us a tour of some of the products you've been installing, some of the features you found useful, and hopefully it'll be useful to our audience who might be in similar projects and see the products that we're installing in this kind of situation.
So we're outside one of the blocks that's mainly completed now. As you can probably see, we've got the ESP video door intercom system, which we'll show you later on one of the flats how it works. We've also got the Deco XL fittings throughout the communal areas, and then shall we go and walk that way?
So yeah, as you mentioned, we've got the Aperta door entry by ESP. So how many apartments is that hooked up to at the moment?
This one is serving 6 apartments on this side.
Okay, and with that one, you've got the key fob entry, door code entry. Yep. I would also like to mention ESP they have loads of door access products. You've also got a new IP range, but a lot of people still prefer 2-core cable. Is that right for this one?
Very simple, it's an e-bus system.
Really easy to install. So yeah, if you lead the way, we'll take a look inside. So Fred, I noticed as soon as we walk in, you've got 2 ESP products here. So how's that all set up then?
So we've got the push to exit, so that once that gets pushed, the door will open. And then also you've got obviously the door emergency release button. So once that gets pushed, the door will then stay open until somebody resets.
Okay, and that's not set up to the intercom out the front, that's separate?
That's separate for the door mag system.
So they're just hooked up to the apartments, which we'll head on through to anyway. But last time we was here, you were telling me you were going to be putting in the Inceptor Evo decos, which are the big bulkheads we've got here. And I remember thinking, that's a strange install, because usually you're seeing them outside, you're seeing them underpasses, you know, more public spaces, but you've chose to put them in the corridors here of the apartment. So what made you come to that decision?
So just ease really. So these are all built in with the microwave sensors and also the emergency backup. The big fittings, because they are lighting up a big space when you go around up towards the staircase. And then further along, we've got also the Eco Slims.
Okay, to be fair, they actually look quite smart, especially with the backlit on there.
But yeah, shall we go?
Yeah, of course. And straight away, you've got some of the fuse switches here, powering some of the electric heating.
Fuse spur, there's the 2-gang socket.
And you've also got mode sockets out in the corridor here, which obviously it's the best you can ever get, ever.
Yeah.
So
we've also got obviously the Eco Slims again. These are fitted with emergency backup and also the microwave sensors. The reason we fitted these ones, they are simple to fit. They come with a separate bracket, pop that on the wall, connect up, 2 screws and hold it in.
And this is the slim, so this is the smaller version compared to the bulkier decos out the front. And there's quite a lot in that range. There's also different fascias you can put on with different grills, so quite a lot to choose from there. And again, it does look quite smart. With it being microwave as well, you've got the beauty of if you're coming out and it's dark, you're not having to fumble for a switch. It's just going to light up for you.
You're not lighting up unnecessary. Just whatever you need at the time.
So let's head. So these are some of the more furnished apartments. Yep. So let's go in. Okay. So straight away, you've got the monitor from ESP here. This is the Aperta monitor. This is linked up to the
door intercom system
out the front. And this one, have you got the mag lock set up with this?
Yes.
So that means, for those of you who don't know, you've basically got magnetic locks on the front doors. And if you've been buzzed from someone out the front, you can see who it is, let them in, tell them to go away, whatever it is you want to do, and you can open the doors from here. Yeah.
It's pretty simple to use system, easy to follow on the instructions. It uses an e-bus system, so it's pretty straightforward. It's literally plug and play.
So it's just a 2-core cable. That's all really simple. And I would like to mention, we do also have IP versions of door access products, which are, again, really nice and easy to install, but a lot of people still enjoy using these because, like you say, it's really simple to install with a 2-core cable. So yeah, if you could show us through to the kitchen here. So this is the room we was in last time, wasn't it?
Yes, when we did the Scolmore Illusion board.
Yeah, so for those of you who've seen part one, it was looking a lot more bare in here, well, everywhere when we was here last time. But Fred and all the other tradesmen have been doing a pretty amazing job here. I was saying earlier, it is actually quite warm in here. Considering it's an old building, which is just single skin brick, not only has a lot of effort gone into all the electrics, but all the tradespeople have done a pretty amazing job.
There's a lot of insulation on it.
There's a lot of insulation in here and it is warm. And we're in October now, so it's not exactly warm outside, but it's definitely warm inside. And you've got quite a number of mode products in here, haven't you?
Yeah, we've also got obviously the Via Omnium downlights, which they come with the 3 colours. So cool white, warm white and daylight. That's quite handy to use.
So they're the ones you can literally flick a switch on the product itself, go in between cool white, warm white, daylight.
Yeah.
So is that the kind of thing you'd think, right, I'll keep that on the van if I know, well, potentially I don't know what the customer or whoever I'm going to be working with is going to want. You have that versatility.
Yeah, some people don't really like bright lights, so therefore they'll go up for the cool white. And if you've only got daylight on your van, you're stuffed. So these ones are easy. The customer can set the temperature whatever they want. Even 6 months down the line, if they decide they want a different colour, all they've got to do is pull them out the ceiling, change the switch, put them back up.
Yeah. And talking of versatility of having things on your van, I know a lot of tradespeople, a lot of the electricians like to have the mini grid set up because they can just stock a few plates, a few switches. It's going to save them multiple trips to the wholesalers, and one of which you've got here on the wall. So do you want to just talk us through this one?
So this is just a standard 2-gang 2-way switch. If you needed it on an intermediate, all you've got to do is take one of the modules out, replace that with an intermediate module. Now you've got a 2-gang with intermediate and 1-way switch.
Yeah, exactly. As Fred said, it's very versatile, this product. You can swap those out for literally any modular switch we do. You've got the doubles, fan isolators, pretty much anything you want there. I would also like to mention the mode range. It's actually antimicrobial and antibacterial certified, which in short term means diseases, bugs, flus, anything that's sitting on the surface. If you've sneezed and done a nice little wipe on the switch there, it's going to kill bacteria. So very popular in places like medical environments such as hospitals, care homes, schools. And if you're in a kitchen where you're preparing food, you don't want nasty germs, perfect for that setup. So you've also got one of the few switches here. So this is powering the radiators here, I'm guessing?
Yeah, the oil-filled radiators, yeah.
Okay, and you've also got other...
shaver socket in the bathroom.
Okay, do you want to show us through to there?
So we'll go to one of the bathrooms. This one's got obviously the Via downlights again, along with the shaver socket.
So that's part of the mode range again. So again, antimicrobial, anti-certified. You do need the deeper back box of them, which Scolmore do actually provide as well. So
if we go into one of the bedrooms, which you'll see,
okay, so you've got this is mode, but rather than being mini grid, this is new media. So this is actually modular as well. So if you could talk us through your setup you've got here.
So we've got a 1-gang plate along with a Cat 5e module, RJ45 point, along with an aerial. Okay,
so presuming this is bedroom environment, so TV, aerial, internet, whatever you need, all planned ahead by you, I'm assuming?
Yeah, and all the Cat 5s all linked back next to the internet hub.
It's almost like you know what you're doing. So you've also got Illusion installed in some of the properties here. This one, you've not got it in this one yet, have you? But you've got it in some of the properties, some of the apartments up on the mezzanine floor. It's not as finished up there, but we're going to head up there to have a look at what you've done with the Illusion board. Yeah. But we're also going to do a bit of a finishing off video with one of the Illusion boards, so keep an eye out for that one too. So Fred, if you want to lead the way.
Let's go and have a look.
So Fred, last time we was here in part one of the video, most of this wall wasn't here, was there? And you were telling us about how pretty much every bit of drilling through the walls has to be planned. Now, for those of you who haven't watched that, could you just tell us why that was?
So basically, every hole has to be filled for fire sealed, then it has to get recorded and a sticker, so all on the database at the end of the job. Every hole has got a number, a picture to say everything's been sealed.
And that's because of the type of property this is. So very different from, say, a domestic setting where you can just go straight through joists, walls, floors, whatever you need to do. Every aspect of this has got to be planned.
Everything's got to be planned.
And that's surely going to add up on time, money, equipment, all of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And planning by yourself?
Yeah, and also of the site agent team. So.
Wow, okay. So a lot to go into that. And also, as we're going up the stairs here, last time we was here, you told me you was going to be putting the decos in as you did in the corridor, but you've got them up here as well?
Yeah, because obviously this one's lighting a larger space. That's the reason why we've gone for the XL. Again, these are all the microwave sensors with the emergency backup in.
So you haven't got to run up the stairs in the dark in case ghosts get you or anything like that? And it's a shame all the staircase is all covered up. Obviously, it's to protect it from all the work that's going on, but unless you're in this space, it's actually quite a big grand staircase with some original features here, part of the Georgian building, so quite impressive.
So if we go into one of these flats here, this will show.
Okay, so you've got the Elysium board fitted in here. So last time we were here, you were telling me, well, I noticed there was different branded consumer units dotted around, and you chose to swap them all out, is that correct, with Elysium?
Yes.
So what made you come to that decision then?
So over the past months, we've been waiting for the flush board to be released onto the new build properties.
Yeah.
So now that's been released, all projects going forward will house the Elysium board in now.
Okay, brilliant. And you talk to some electricians, and a board's a board. You know, they're not too fussed, but some people in particular will be quite specific about the brands they use, such as yourself. So what features is it that's drew you to using the Elysium?
So it's a nice sleek finish, it's a nice shiny finish. We've also got obviously all the knockouts, got quite a good variety of knockouts below and top. You've also got, you get the extra grommet strip that don't come as standard on most other manufacturers. And you also get a couple of blanks as well.
Yeah, and as you mentioned with the knockouts, you've got various sizes there. Unicrim, which is part of the Scolmore Group, do the glands, all various sizes and finishes, so we've got them available for that. We've also do the extra grommet strip. So again, it's just a handy type of material to have in your van for these kind of installs. So what have you got going on inside?
So inside, we've gone for the single pole SPD now.
And that's actually the single width. We used to do the double, but we've also got the single width now. So that just gives you a bit more space on the board there.
And then we've gone for RCBOs across the board.
Okay. And were there any particular features inside that were helpful just during the install?
You've got plenty of space on the top. You've also got the torque settings stickered on the back to give you a reminder of what torque settings these are supposed to be at.
Okay. And not all manufacturers will be doing that. So torque settings are actually quite important, aren't they? Because you don't want connections coming loose, and that is how fires can happen, circuits can break, that kind of thing. So safety is something we're always thinking ahead of with the Elysium boards here. But I think if we head on out here, that pretty much brings us to a conclusion to this part of the tour. And I must say, from last time when we was here, when it was very bare, you couldn't differentiate apartments. You'd be saying, oh, this is apartment 1, this is apartment 2, and I'm looking around thinking, I don't know what's going on here. But I mean, that is a credit now, especially not only to yourself and East Goscote Electrical, but all the tradespeople working on the site. The carpentry, the plastering, the decorating, everything, the plumbing, it looks fantastic. It does look top notch. And as I say, it's very impressive. And that's credit to people like yourself keeping the industries going.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen part 1 of the episode, we've also got more videos with Fred and also Neil McManus, who works with us here at Scolmore Group. So please check those videos out. As always with Scolmore, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button below, and we will see you in the next one.